Are we filming? Does this mean we're filming? Connor, are we filming?
Yes, we're filming.
Bridget, are we filming?
Nope.
We're not?
Start all over.
All right, I'm gonna start over. I think we're filming.
We came here to watch X-Men content.
Hi. Let me run my show.
Ooh.
Don't step on my throat.
Your
Sorry,
show.
Dad.
We are 5 logs deep, and
We are.
now
We're halfway
you're
through the
questioning my
fire.
antics.
No.
This is part of the brand.
Okay.
Welcome back
Welcome back.
to Spring Break X-Pedition. Today we've watched. Dan's still here. Today we watched X-Men First Class, directed by.
Okay. Oh, First Class and Matthew Vaughn.
Yes,
That was what we watched earlier today, because you said today.
we did watch it today.
But the thing about earlier today, like, X-Men Wolverine directed by Gavin Hood, that's why.
We've already talked about this.
Well, yeah, but you said today, not right now.
Today I'm not trusting you with anything ever again. Today we watched X-Men First. I'm reframing. Today we watched X-Men First Class, directed by Matthew Vaughn, from the year of our Lord, Bridget.
2011. What?
Yes,
Got it right.
2011. Look at that.
Don't point to me with information. I didn't know you had a nephew. Sorry, I'm too funny.
Connor,
for this.
scoot in. You're getting out of frame. Get close to me. Perfect. What do you think of this motion picture?
I like it a lot. I think it is the best of the franchise, as of yet.
Mm-hmm.
As of the year 2011, it's the best X-Men motion picture.
Okay.
As the year 2020.
This is the first time I feel like everyone got their due.
Interesting. Bridget?
Well, like I said in the last vlog, what I found frustrating was that in other movies they focused more on like Wolverine, who in my opinion is not as interesting as an X-Men.
Mm-hmm.
And then in this one they super dive into, at least more than in the past, like X-Men that we don't really know or haven't really been brought up in past films at all. And you can kind of see where they came from and how X-Men started.
Yeah.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
I think it's an American masterpiece. Citizen Kane can eat a dick.
Yeah.
And,
It is better than Citizen Kane.
I was being facetious, but
But no, Citizen
okay.
Kane's trash.
Don't listen to him. Citizen Kane's a good movie. Is that a controversial opinion of mine?
Citizen
that
Kane
is a
is
good
as
movie?
good as X-Men Origins Wolverine.
Rosebud. It's like I don't even know you
Here's the
anymore.
thing, Citizen Kane, have you seen it?
Yes.
I think that first hour is good. The other like hours, poo-poo.
There are people that agree with you.
Yeah.
I'm not one of them. But
I
there are
think
people that
Citizen
agree with
Kane's
you.
kind of bad. Here's the thing. The slight branch off. Citizen Kane was a 5 the first hour, then it plummets down to a 3 in the second hour.
You don't like the old age makeup?
It's not even that, the fucking jump scare parrot, and it's just bad. It's a bad movie. It just descends.
We're on movie 5
We are.
of a 10 movie journey.
We are.
We have already branched into madness. I feel like this is more now a log of cabin fever than anything else.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
For you guys,
Yeah.
yes.
Bridget is a figment of our imagination.
I've never existed.
Dan, we kidnapped Dan.
Mm-hmm.
He's here against his own will. That's why he doesn't want to be in the vlogs. That's the one caveat we gave him.
That's a cry for help is what you're
That's a
seeing
cry
in the
for help.
corner.
He's trying to do sign language.
But back to the first
Well,
class.
Yes, back to the movie we're
It's
here
very
to talk
good. I
about.
think Matthew Vaughn is a very capable director. I think we're talking about Brett Ratner, very interesting visual storytelling.
Yeah.
Especially the training sequence where it has like the sections and it's going between the X-Men. I think it's very cool.
Yeah.
I think it has just the right amount of humor.
Yeah.
I
Where
think
it
the
doesn't feel,
casting's
like,
pretty good.
overwhelming.
We get cool mutant powers.
It's a very cheeky movie.
It's very cheeky, exactly.
It fits the time period that it's set. Probably the best out of all of them.
Yeah.
Days of Future Past at times feel like a movie from the 70s, but not really.
Yeah.
Apocalypse never feels like the 80s. Same thing with Dark Phoenix. It never feels like the 90s.
Yeah.
They really sort of abandoned the...
Gene should wear a Clark's t-shirt.
No. I appreciate the enthusiasm, but no.
No, that's my pitch for the 90s Batman is Robin should wear a Clark's t-shirt.
That changes everything. That makes it a period piece.
No,
Rails?
sorry. Robin,
What rails?
Robin likes mall rats. That's my bad.
Robin couldn't fuck with Chasing Amy. He wasn't ready
No,
yet.
he couldn't.
Yeah, First Class, the set design is great.
Mm-hmm.
The costumes are incredible.
They are.
These are my favorite suits.
They're mine
I
too.
like the Dark Phoenix suits quite a bit as well, but these are my favorite suits. Because I finally really bringing in the yellow.
Yeah.
I like that they're still kind of practical because they're flight suits.
Yeah, they're actual flight suits. They actually have a practical purpose.
Yeah.
As opposed to other suits where they're just leather to be leather. I almost said rubber. Almost leather to be leather.
Yeah.
This one actually have a utility.
Yeah.
And like Charles says, Havoc's we have to wear these unless our power is withstanding G-force or being bulletproof. We should wear these.
Yeah.
Which I think is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Just from a female perspective, that's obviously what I pay attention to. I think those suits are like so non-sexualizing, which is so nice to see, because I feel like in so many cases they're just all of it is like for no reason. Like the men just like normal and like armor, blah blah, and the women are just like all the time.
You weren't here for this, but was it in the 50-minute video that we point out that Kitty's suit has pink highlighting because she's a girl?
Yeah.
Otherwise, you wouldn't know.
Yeah, you wouldn't know. With the exception of Raven showing off some cleavage in her suit, but for the most part, I do agree with you. Yeah. Absolutely. Because, like, hers isn't totally different from everyone else's.
Yes.
It's not and here's the woman. Here's the woman version of the suit.
I like how Moira has a different suit.
She's not an X-Man.
Yeah, she's the only one who has a different suit.
She's not a mutant.
That's true.
Are there any, like, characters or scenes that we want to highlight in particular? Do you want to delve into Magneto?
I like Magneto quite a bit.
You were very excited by the shot that was when Magneto goes into like trying to look for Kevin Bacon, and then like the doors open, and then it's
tilted. The sets are so good. The sets are so good.
The coin scene, both coin scenes. I love very much.
All 3 coin scenes.
Flipping it through his fingers. No, I remember when I saw this in theaters. I went with a friend of mine whose family was very devoutly Christian. Mm-hmm. And when the coin passes through his head, I was smiling, jumping in my seat, and they were mortified. Yeah. And I remember that to this day. And I remember, what'd you think? And they were like, it was violent and disgusting. And I was like, the coin though? And like, yes, the coin. And I was like, pretty cool.
The coin.
It's a cool coin.
It's a very cool coin. Count to 3, I'm gonna move it.
He warned you.
He warned you, Chief.
He warned you.
I know you couldn't move or whatever, but he warned you.
No, the balls to like recreate the scene from the first movie, the Holocaust section, and then add upon it. Yeah. Kevin Bacon, I'm surprised there's scenery left. He's just chomping at the bit.
He's really good.
And I am loving watching him feast.
Yeah. Big time. I think we get Azrael. We get different Angel.
Yeah, we get a different Angel.
We get Banshee. We get Darwin.
Darwin's
good. Havoc.
Darwin doesn't get his due.
I love there's the part where there's messing around where we just see Havoc just hitting him with sticks.
Yeah.
And Darwin just has like the scales on his back.
Yeah.
It's really fun.
He goes harder.
Yeah, the movie's a lot of fun.
Yeah. It's a lot of fun.
A lot of these are a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I like the Mystique update to her effect, how she changes. Like it's like the kind of
it's more scale based.
I love it the moment where she changes and she's the other actress.
Rebecca Romaine, yeah.
Like I always loved that moment.
Yeah.
I was like, I know what you're doing there.
Rebecca Romaine,
pretty sad.
Legend. The unsung hero of this franchise, we've kind of established.
Yeah. I'm telling you, Mystique is the most underrated and is the best X-Men, in my personal opinion.
Yeah. Oh, Dark Days of Future Past is kind of her movie.
It's also kind of Wolverine's movie.
That's true.
And kind of Charles' movie and kind of Magneto's movie.
Yeah, that's true.
No, Mystique never really gets her due. Also, Lawrence already stopped caring by the time we get to...
She cares in Future Past.
Not really. It's not nearly as bad as Apocalypse, but...
No, I think she really cares in this because she hadn't had a career yet.
She hadn't had
She had an Oscar nomination.
Yeah, but she hadn't won
her career, yes.
Yeah.
And then she's like, I don't want to wear the makeup anymore.
Yeah.
And I'm committed to these. You remember what David Russell said about Hunger Games / X-Men contracts, right?
No.
David Russell compared them to slavery, which is a little too far.
David O. Russell saying something hyperbolic?
But his big thing was she can't work on my movie as long because she has to do Hunger Game movie. That's slavery.
Yeah. That's
David O. Russell.
Yeah.
But anyway, yes, she's too busy. Like she doesn't want to be this big franchise anymore because now she's won an Academy Award.
Yeah.
By the time Days of Future Past rolls around, and she's like not about it.
Yeah. And that one, her makeup's mostly a suit, whereas this, it's still the body paint.
Is it just her face in a suit? Is that what it is?
It's just her face and her hands and her feet. Like extremities, like you can't put that in a suit. But everything else is a suit. You can see seams in certain scenes of.
Yeah.
It's a bit, bro.
She was already over it.
Yeah, she was already over it.
I think she at least cares performance-wise in Days of Future Past, though. I think she's still good.
I haven't seen it since the theater. I would need to rewatch it. I remember not being super impressed with her in that movie.
Yeah. Well, we'll see 2 movies from now.
Yeah, that we will. Any other characters that we want to highlight? Charles? Sexy Charles? Flirty Charles?
Oh, yeah. Good lines. Not gonna lie.
Mm-hmm.
Good work. 10 out of 10.
This movie has very good dialogue.
It does.
At times it's a little too writerly.
Yeah, sometimes.
Yeah.
And towards the third act, it gets a little bit clunky.
Mm-hmm.
Especially his whole speech, where it's like mutants versus humans. It's never as eloquently written as any of the McKellen speeches. But
I mean, you did make a good point in terms of like, I feel like comedy doesn't overstay its welcome, and I feel like I love comedy, but when it comes to like Marvel movies or things like that, I feel like especially recently. So this being an older movie might have something to do with it, but I feel like nowadays, like ever since like Guardians of the Galaxy, especially, that had its own tone, and so did Deadpool. They both kind of already were being made, obviously, like having more of a reliance on like comedic, but I didn't feel like they were doing it to get more of an audience. But now with like Thor Ragnarok and like films like that, I feel like they started having like different soundtrack and being more comedic. So I feel like in this, it doesn't feel like that.
no, the humor is like very character based.
Yeah, it doesn't.
It's not jokes for the sake of being jokes.
Yes.
Like the whole thing where they're just throwing Banshee off different things.
Yes.
And Charles wants Banshee to be very confident, and like Hank and Magneto both say things that like completely deter it.
Exactly.
What's the great line when he's on the tower, where Banshee's like, "I trust you" to Charles. He's like, "I don't trust you" to Hank, and Charles is like, "Step back."
Yeah. That is it, I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Magneto's the one who ends up pushing him off it.
He pushes him off entirely.
Yeah.
I love that bar scene.
Bar scene's pretty great.
I love that. Is that the best scene in the entire series?
No, I wouldn't go that far.
I can't think of the better one. Not off the top of my head. Not the top of this old noodle.
I think the coin scene's up there.
The coin scene where it alternates between Bacon and McAvoy, then Bacon and McAvoy.
Awesome.
That's really cool.
That's
I forgot about that.
Me too.
My thought, it was just, it went in one side and out the other.
Yeah, I thought it was
forgot
just like slow that they like compared it and having like him feel the pain of
Yeah.
it all, and that was such a cool thing to do.
That was a pleasant surprise that I forgot about.
That's very cool. I like the training sequence a lot too.
The training sequence is fun.
I think Lawless Movies has the best scenes in the franchise, I think.
Yeah. It's got a good pace.
And then obviously it's not in this movie, but I'd venture to say the first Quicksilver scene is up there too.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good point. Time in a bottle. God, what else is there to talk about? With this one, it's just like, it's just really
really good.
It's just
really
really good.
I mean, I was surprised when you said that it didn't make as much like worldwide, internationally.
When
it came off 2 stinkers, air quotes.
Yeah, because Last Stand made a lot of money, but people didn't like it that much. And then Wolverine also made a good chunk of money, but not as much as Last Stand, and people hated X-Men Origins Wolverine. So this one, there was a wave of like, the last 2 X-Men movies weren't great, and they're like entirely new cast. Wolverine's not in the trailers. Like, him showing up at the bar was like it was a nice surprise cameo, but like they didn't put that in the trailer.
No.
So it's just like the prequel thing, like them trying to start a new thing didn't seem marketable. The 60s, like Mad Men was just about to pop, but didn't fully pop yet.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that aesthetic became way more popular, like even like post Mad Men.
Yeah.
To be honest.
Yeah. Like 2 years later, Mad Men was like finally like everywhere, like the biggest show on television.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Which is interesting because Daniel Ray Jones is in this as well.
She is.
Yeah.
She's not as bad as I remember.
She's not as bad as I remember. I was actually.
She was bad.
I remember her being like really stilted and terrible. I think her performance is pretty good in this. I've come around on Daniel Ray Jones in this movie.
I feel like it's not bad.
Yeah. It's not great, but I just remember it being very wooden, and it's not really like she's.
Valerie Fassbender is the best.
Of this movie?
Yes.
In this movie, I would give it to McAvoy.
Really?
I think in Days of Future Past and Apocalypse especially.
Yeah.
I think he's the MVP of Apocalypse.
I want to go Fassbender, McAvoy, Lawrence.
In this movie or in general?
This movie in general.
In this movie, I would give it to McAvoy. Especially because like the third act, Eric gets a little wonky for me. he's one of my I'm not sure if I said it here. I think Magneto, both McKellen and Fassbender, is the best character in any comic book movie. I mean, encompassing over the course of this entire franchise.
Magneto as a character.
Magneto as a character, and those two performances throughout the entire franchise. I think he is the best comic book character in comic book cinema.
Mm-hmm. I'm excited to see them both.
Individual performance is probably Heath.
Yeah.
But in terms of...
Playing best character, it's him.
Best character and performance throughout a whole series.
Yeah.
I would give it to both of them for Magneto. I think this is the first time this came on for one of these.
What is that?
It's our air conditioner.
It's our air conditioning unit.
Oh,
it just
lovely.
comes on for sometimes hours on end, sometimes mere minutes.
Sound as well.
Ready? Air conditioning, am I right? Okay,
air conditioning.
Back to X-Men First Class. Yeah, we were talking about performance. I think performance is really great. It's a bummer why Kevin had to be in this movie, but I like Kevin Bacon. He's very good. I like him as
the Madoff thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, Kevin Bacon lost all his money because they were tied up with the Madoff assets. Yeah. So after that went down, he and Kira Sedgwick just started taking parts left and right. And that included this, which I greatly appreciate because he's great in this movie. I love that he's milking it. Yeah. He's just like, I have to do 2 different scenes in 2 different languages that I don't speak? Fuck yeah, let's do it.
No, he's really great.
I get to be a villain that absorbs energy and becomes a nuclear bomb.
I forget the guy who plays as Azrael. But I think he's really good. He doesn't do much, obviously. But like
he has a good physical presence. Yeah.
It's a guy who looks like Jason Isaacs, but isn't Jason Isaacs.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I forget his name.
Is he in much of like anything?
He's a good actor, and I've seen other things. I just blanking on his name. Thank you, Dan.
I like it when he wears the.
Are you not looking it up?
Do you want me to?
Please.
I like it when he wears the captain's hat.
I love it when he wears the captain's hat.
Yeah. Michael Ironside's in this.
He is.
Oliver Platt is in this.
Wait, where is Oliver Platt?
Oliver Platt's the CIA agent that was like, these are my facilities. Yeah, that's
Oliver Platt from Flatliners fame.
Yeah.
And also from theater.
And being Oliver Platt.
Yeah.
Ray Wise.
Ray Wise, yeah.
The guy who plays the general, whose name I'm forgetting, but I know I've seen him in.
The guy who's from Ned's Classified School Survival Guide.
Things. Which one?
The guy Mystique imitates in the press conference, the meeting they have.
He's from Ned's Classified?
He's Mr. Sweeney, the science teacher in Ned's Classified School Survival Guide.
Is he?
Yeah. No, dude, when I saw some theaters like, Mr. Sweeney's in this movie, I was fucking
Did you confirm this? Did you look this up?
It's the same guy.
You looked it up?
I know my Ned's Classified School Survival Guide.
Okay.
An underrated show, but that's for another vlog.
Jason Fleming.
It's
even Jason something. I knew it was Jason something.
He's Clash of the Titans.
Oh,
Snatch.
okay. He's Mr. Hyde in League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. That's how I know him. He's Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. Dude, next series, League of Extraordinary X-Men. We're watching every movie Jason Fleming is in.
You also want to watch every movie Lindsay Lohan made.
We also watched Freaky Friday today.
We did watch Freaky Friday today.
Honestly, Freaky Friday versus First Class, it's a hard pick.
One's inarguably less racist than the other.
Yep. All right, it wins. Not as hard as you thought it was.
Yeah.
I always forget about racism. Classic white privilege. Am I right?
Yeah. No,
Rose Byrne's cool.
Rose Byrne's very cool. I like Moira McTaggart.
I like her a lot. She's not in Days of Future Past at all, is she?
Who, Rose Byrne?
No, she comes back in Apocalypse.
She's back in Apocalypse. She's the only one who ages.
Yeah.
They give her a couple of crow's feet and like one string of gray hair. Yeah. And then that's the aging.
That's all you need. That is Hollywood aging.
It's only been 21 years.
You have one gray streak and you're old.
Yeah. Or Rogue.
Yeah, or Rogue.
Yeah.
I was just thinking that as well.
Maybe that's
I like they established that Rogue has slower aging in this. I forgot they had
Mystique?
that scene. Sorry, Mystique.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I like that.
Yep.
It gives extra way to do that character. Still doesn't make sense why she looks that age now, then, though. But hey.
What do you mean?
Why does she stop at 20?
What do you mean, why does she stop at 20?
Because X-Men, the X gene activates when you reach puberty.
Yeah.
So wouldn't slow aging have started when she hit puberty and not around now?
Well, maybe. Well, no, because she's developing.
Her powers are getting stronger.
Her powers are getting stronger.
Okay.
Also, he just said your Luke clotes or what? I'm not a chemist.
It was science stuff.
Yeah, he says you'll have the like Luke. Even when you're 40, you'll have the this of a 17-year-old. So maybe she stopped at 17.
That's dicey.
That's very...
Oh, here's the thing. We have to cut this out now anyway.
No, let's keep it.
No, it's... Okay, back to the First Class. No, there's not much stakes. It's a very good movie.
Yeah.
It's not like X3 where there's a lot we didn't like and thus a lot we talked about. Less I didn't like.
I still like X3. There's just a lot to pick apart in X3.
Yeah.
This is just a much more solid movie.
Yeah.
I will say the screenplay is a bit workmanly at times, where it's just like we have to do this set of exposition to set up this thing, and I think Vaughn is doing a lot with his direction to like make sure that is sort of smoothed out and less clunky in the final project.
And save time.
Yeah, because Vaughn, I think I mentioned this during the Last Stand one, but he was offered X-Men: The Last Stand, and he turned it down because the production was so rushed. And also he didn't feel like it was enough money to make that script.
Yeah.
And then a few years later, they offered him this one, and the production schedule was even tighter, and he had even less money to work with. But at that point, he's just like, I can't turn it down twice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and it's just a shame that he left pretty much immediately to do Kingsman, and it's very unlikely that we'll ever see another Matthew Vaughn X-Men movie again. Big sad hours. Very much so. Talented director, that Matthew Vaughn.
Yes.
Kingsman: The Golden Circle's kind of a mess, but
yeah,
I like every one of those movies. Stardust, good time. You ever seen Stardust, Bridget?
I don't think so.
I think you'd like Stardust.
You think so?
Yeah, it's a fun movie.
Fantastic Four, really?
What? You only produced it.
Wait, which one?
Fan Four Stick. The newest Fantastic Four that nobody likes. Hey, that movie?
Where we got
it's okay.
filming.
It's a good movie.
It's not terrible.
Like,
Yeah,
it's-
he produced both of those. Yeah. Layer Cake. Marv Studios.
We don't have much to talk about, do we?
No, we're kind of out of gas here.
Yeah.
It's almost 1.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah, it is.
Huh. Would you look at that?
Yeah.
Finding the funny thing.
Been a wild day.
Best
Yeah.
movie in this franchise, worst episode of this miniseries?
Yeah, by far. Both counts.
I don't know. We all had fun.
I'm having fun.
That's what's important.
Yeah.
This will be the cover.
See you later, bye, guys.
Um,
Whose sign off is that?
I have
Anybody's?
no idea what
Mine?
you just said.
It's
human
a
beings?
YouTuber. See
I
you
am-
later, bye, guys.
I mean, I think that's also just a saying people say when they
Oh.
want to say goodbye.
The Fine Brothers? I don't know.
I don't know.
X-Men First Class, production design real good. Emma Frost in diamond form looks cool.
Looks really cool.
Yeah. I hope-
Much better than in Origins.
Ah, they both look cool. She's
in
smaller diamonds.
in Origins, it's like individual diamonds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whereas
this is
in
more
this one,
like,
she is
It's a
one.
diamond.
it's like
Yeah.
prismatic.
Yeah.
I think each pore is a diamond
Yeah.
in Origins.
In
Yeah, that's
different,
cool.
one of the great lines of this movie when Eric is choking Emma Frost and there's cracks, and he's just like, she can't turn to diamond form, and if she does, I'll give her a good tap. Just implying just like one little more and like everything would fall apart.
Yeah.
It's a good line.
It is.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good line. Oliver Platt becomes Oliver Flat.
Oh.
It's dropped. and-
Okay, now I remember.
His
I remember
pancake?
you making that joke, and I told
Yeah.
you to leave your own home.
Yeah. I'm proud of it. In fact, I'm going to double it.
I like when our cool X-Men characters do cool poses, like when his Azrael teleports in and the statue was there, but now he like acts like he's the statue, like doing this. Like, that's really cool. Same thing Wolverine going like this in Origins. I just love when my boys do weird poses.
When Magneto is exiting the submarine, he's
That
doing
Yeah.
was,
this.
listen, that was a good time.
When he has Sean the Christ pose.
Yeah.
It's pretty rad. I like the flair for dramatic in my X-Men's.
Yes.
I like that they're all like artsy
Oh,
boys.
Magneto and Charles Xavier, they're all about branding.
Yeah, they
That's
are.
that's their true superpower.
If we could
Yeah.
have a thesis statement for this whole film.
It's all about branding.
Branding.
No,
Really cool.
and adding to like the clunkiness of the screenplay, there are just different things like we need to establish these names. Where it's just like Mystique's like, we all need spy names. You're gonna be Professor
Professor
X, and you're gonna be Magneto.
Magneto.
What does he say that's like really pithy?
Oh, I forget. Extraordinary, right?
Extraordinary, yeah.
Extraordinary.
Yeah. No, and different things where Hank's just like, I call it Cerebro, and Charles is just like Spanish for brain?
Yeah. It's all like it's the Solo stuff.
Yeah.
Where it's like, where are your people? I don't have people. Han
Solo.
But it's stuff you're used to with prequels, and I'm okay with it.
I think this does it a little bit better than Solo.
Slightly better, yeah.
It also helps that it's like multiple things.
There's also like dumb, like people are mean to Beast lines.
Yeah.
Like Havoc's like,
it's just
big
Havoc.
feet. Yeah, he's like, bozo.
Then
Beast's like, I'm gonna leave. Yeah. Like it's just like dumb stuff like that where it's like screenplay stuff where it's like, we need to establish that people are mean to Beast about his mutation, so he's self-conscious about it.
Yeah.
How about Havoc calls him bozo?
Yeah.
In a reference to the fact he has big feet, like a
clown.
circus clown.
Like a clown.
And I was like, genius. Matthew,
$10
you got a movie.
million. Fox was iffy before that. That was the real. That was
a selling.
Exactly. Like, I don't know how you're gonna sell. People are mean to Beast, so he's
Nicholas Hoult. He's a nice, cute boy.
What are they gonna say to him?
It's the About a Boy boy. He's a nice, sweet boy.
Yeah.
No, you mean Tony Stoneham from the hot show Skins? Nicholas Hoult.
I didn't know that he was on Skins.
Oh yes,
dude, he is the Skins.
I just. His name is Thomas Skins.
No, it's Tony Stoneham, and he's really cool. He sings in the first one.
Oh.
He gets hit by a bus.
Why does he
season
sing
2.
in like a couple of his projects?
Yeah. Have you never seen the Skins?
No, I have not.
Oh, it's not that good.
He's the About a Boy boy.
Oh.
Yeah, that's
he's
what
the boy
I know.
in About a Boy.
But he got this because of Skins.
No, he's the boy in About a Boy. About a Boy was a huge hit.
About a Boy's a great film.
Great movie. No. Hugh Grant. Hugh Grant should be in
Toni
an X-Men.
Collette.
He should be in an X-Men.
Toni Collette should be in an X-Men.
Hugh Grant
yes,
should be in
she
X-Men.
should.
Oh, here we go. Steve, us. Tomorrow, Hugh Grant's gonna be cast as Professor X. You just wait.
Oh my god. Connor and I's mutant powers is that we're oracles. We speak things into existence.
Sometimes to our detriment.
Hugh Grant as Professor X, I'd watch it.
Yeah, I would too.
Toni Collette as Professor X?
Can you imagine?
I'd watch that. Charlene Xavier?
No, just have her be called Charlie.
Yeah.
Charlotte Xavier. It's right there.
Yeah. Oh, you'll just call her Charlie. Is Magneto girl too, or is Magneto guy?
Take your pick.
Dude.
Gender neutral Magneto?
Yeah.
I'm sick of that. I'm sick with that.
I thought you said I'm sick of that.
No, I'm
like,
sick.
Jesus.
I'm sick with that.
No.
I meant to say I'm down with that. I was like, that'd be sick. But I said I'm sick with that.
Here we create our own lingo.
No,
it's
I'm
crack
cool with
boy
that.
hours.
No, yeah. No, Toni Collette Magneto.
I'd watch the shit out of that. Erica?
Jamie Lee Curtis, Professor X.
That's
now you've sold me.
Bald Jamie Lee Curtis, Professor X.
A woman.
A woman.
Hugh Grant, Cyclops. They all took them older.
Yeah.
They're all older.
I like that. Instead of going younger, we go older. Holly Hunter as Rogue.
Oh.
Do it.
I'd watch the shit of Holly Hunter as Rogue.
Just make Rogue older.
I like it.
Actually,
You're doing De Niro face.
Hugh Grant Cyclops is actually pretty cool.
Just a British Cyclops.
Like older
A
Cyclops?
stuttering Cyclops.
Yes, I'm cool with that.
Bring James Marsden back. I loved him as Cyclops.
Yeah.
We established, if you rewatch those movies, he's barely in them.
I know, and I
Yeah.
don't care for it.
Ready for a hot take?
Yeah.
Here we go. He gets some work. Scott Eastwood, Wolverine.
Not Wolverine. Honestly, if Scott Eastwood is
Cyclops.
Cyclops,
Yeah,
that's
Cyclops.
pretty good casting.
Hey, Marvel here to
We
hear
could
first.
speak into existence.
Honestly, though, it's going to be Joe Keery. I said this from the beginning. It's going to be Joe Keery as
Joe
Cyclops.
Keery should be Spider-Man.
He's going to be Cyclops.
Joe Keery should be Spider-Man.
I'm calling it
I've said this
right now.
6
He's
billion
gonna be
times.
Cyclops.
Joe Keery is the perfect Peter Parker.
Be cool.
We're way off track.
We are. I honestly do have a feeling that Joe Keery's going to be Cyclops.
I'd be for it, but Joe Keery should be Spider-Man.
Honestly, I prefer him to Cyclops. I don't know why. I think
it fits pretty well.
Spider-Man's a little too close to Steve.
a little too close to Steve, then he would get typecast, and I think he would become an asshole as a person.
If he became Spider-Man.
He's getting too successful too quick.
But here's the thing: what if he gets too deep into character as Cyclops and then becomes asshole as a
He
person?
thinks he can shoot lasers from his eyes.
Is Cyclops an asshole?
Cyclops
Yeah, he
sucks.
is.
Do I forget that Cyclops is an asshole?
He's
He's a
not
butthole.
terrible in the movies, but in the comics, Cyclops is always.
He's just kind of a
the worst.
butthead.
Yeah.
He's
just
killjoy.
he's just kind of a Chad in the movies.
Yeah.
Then maybe Chad Michael Murray should play him
Chad Michael Murray should be
as Cyclops.
more
Can
like
you imagine?
Chad Michael Murray.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Ooh, no. What's his name? He played Chad Radwell in Scream Queens. That's why I have Chad. But his name is Glenn Powell. Glenn Powell Cyclops.
I'd watch the shit out of that.
Or Glenn Powell Wolverine too. No, he's too sweet.
No, he's too nice boy. He's too blonde.
We don't need any more Wolverines.
Here's the thing.
I'm sorry. A hot take.
Complete side note. I don't know if this is gonna say it or not, but here's the thing: who should play Wolverine, but they messed up by casting him in Eternals. Is Kit Harington should have been Wolverine. Him or Richard Madden. I don't know. I'm saying it. It's gonna be Charlie Heaton. Watch her. Can you imagine? Nancy, I have claws, Nancy. Nancy.
My little weasel boy, my cocaine weasel boy.
Cocaine weasel boy. Oh my god, cocaine weasel boy. That's my superhero.
That's my band name.
That's my X-Men name.
That's my SoundCloud rapper name.
Cocaine weasel boy.
Yeah.
That should be the name of the script.
Cocaine weasel boy.
Yeah.
I think that's now the name of this show.
I want that to be my tramp stamp.
We're just 3 cocaine weasel boys.
That's where mentally that's where we're at.
Oh god,
today of all days we're all cocaine weasel boys
We're
today.
all cocaine weasel boys.
Coronavirus is ruining my life.
We want to do something fun. Let's all get matching tattoos.
Let's say cocaine weasel.
Cocaine weasel. Oh, CWB. Cocaine weasel.
I want the full word.
Connor, hold my hand. Hold my hand.
Full Fraser
You've
bust.
had so many ideas in your life. You've had so many ideas. This is
the worst
one of the worst, if not the.
Dude, like Squad. Cocaine weasel boys.
What do you think?
Here's the thing. I respect Charlie
I'm not getting
Heaton.
the initials. I would get the full fucking phrase.
I'm not gonna pansy out of this.
No, our finger tattoos right here. Cocaine weasel boys.
Well, let's just take it up on that finger.
Okay, other one. This one. Cocaine
it,
weasel
LJ.
boys. Oh, that works too. We could also get that.
What is it?
That means crazy white boys. Apparently, that abbreviation.
Oh. Now I'm good.
No.
Now we have to get the full phrase.
Yeah, we have to. This went off the rails. It's probably 5 minutes long, but
Nah, I'm only gonna be cutting out a couple things here and there. It's pretty much gonna be as is.
But basically,
no one is watching these.
No one's watching these. Basically, long story short,
you should watch X-Men First Class.
You should watch X-Men First Class.
Absolutely.
Instead of watching this, you should stop a
You
long time
should
ago.
have stopped a long ass time ago.
You should be watching X-Men First Class.
Main takeaways. These movies are really good. They're a lot of fun. This one's the best of the bunch so far.
Yep.
Best of the bunch. Best of the bunch so far.
I watch this movie with brunch every Sunday.
Yes.
Every Sunday.
It's a bummer. The Fox merger is the worst thing to happen to entertainment in a long time. And it's a bummer that X-Men is now under Disney and the MCU. That's Connor's stance. Watch these movies. Continue to support good art, unlike Disney's MCU.
Disney is
that last one is a little bit political. Like you have a specific vendetta.
I just don't like the MCU.
I just think Disney is getting too powerful.
Well, yeah, we can all get behind that.
Yeah. Cut that out. I don't want to have a job.
No,
we all need jobs, guys.
No, burn down the monopolies. Eat the rich.
Yeah. No.
Good job.
It is a bummer X-Men is no longer where it was supposed to be.
It's a bummer that one studio bought an entire other studio.
Yeah. Here's the thing. We're talking about me losing jobs. Thousands of people lost their jobs. And theoretically,
the entire landscape will be different within the next decade.
And it's a real bummer. Support art, even goofy art like this. That's about people with powers in the 1960s.
Support independent films.
Support independent films. Support
foreign films. Support female directed films.
This is a disaster today. This is all important stuff, but how we got here is a disaster.
Yeah.
But
well, like this even is goofy art. We're very.
This is
this
goofy
what
art.
makes us that why we do this. We're all passionate about what we watch and what we want to make.
Yeah.
That's the whole point.
Dan, any thoughts? Thank you.
Thank you for watching a video about X-Men. First Class.
From the year of our Lord 2011. Director Matthew Vaughn. Tune in next time when we get, if there is a next time.
There will be a next time at least.
Tune in next time.
If you want there to be a next time, there will be a next time.
I think there will be at least one more next time.
I think the network would cancel us after this, though.
Yeah, we got a bit off the rails.
Yeah.
We got a little too cocaine weasel boy for them.
This is live.
Yeah. They're pulling the plug as we speak.
See,
it's just like the Native American.
Imagine if we did live stream this. How much of a disaster that would have been.
Not that much of a disaster. I stand by that nobody's watching this.
10
years from now, if someone found this, though.
Ooh.
Not good.
Not great.
Not great.
Not the worst.
Not the worst.
I get canceled right before Aristocats.
Connor's dream of making a live-action Aristocats for Disney Plus or whatever exists.
Hopefully theatrical.
15 years. You don't want to slum it in Disney Plus? Is
no,
that what you're
I'm
saying?
not jump wagging it. I'm just saying, hopefully theatrical.
I don't like the live
Do you
action.
know that thing? In an interview, they were talking about future Star Wars properties.
Yeah.
And they were talking about maybe them characters on Disney Plus. And
Yeah.
John Boy said, "You're not gonna Disney Plus me." Directly disrespecting like everyone who works on Disney Plus.
That's kind of baller, though.
Yeah, it is.
It's kind of baller.
But no, I'm not pulling a Boyega. I'll work on Disney Plus. Don't worry.
I'll work on Disney Plus.
I'll work on Disney Plus.
Give me that Disney Plus money.
The Disney Plus money.
Put this on Disney Plus.
Yeah.
It's the 90s X-Men cartoon, then these, then Evolution. Perfect.
Exactly.
If anything was going to get you all a job, it is this one.
This is the top of my
Put the
resume.
Fox X-Men on Disney Plus.
They probably will eventually.
Yeah.
There's not that many Fox titles on Disney Plus to begin
There
with.
aren't, yeah.
There's like 10.
Apparently Bob Iger is going to work mainly on Disney Plus now. That's why he stepped down as CEO.
I mean, he was the one who really pushed for it to exist. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. He just announced. What did they announce today? They announced something big today.
Oh, I don't know.
This doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
None of this matters.
None of this matters.
Except these two.
And Dan.
Dan, you want to get in here?
We love you guys.
Get in here. Just your hand. Come on, just your hand. Just a hand.
Thank you for supporting us in this dark time. Before we watch X-Men First Class.
The past 24 hours have been
been
rough.
a fucking disaster.
All we know is we love films, we love friends.
We love films, we love friends. I cried earlier today, I don't want to do it again.
Not even. Wait, hold on. During Freaky Friday, that was the film.
I cried twice today. The one time was about
the
today.
second time?
I was by myself.
Oh,
But
no, friendship. That's
but
still,
First Class.
That's Steven. That's you.
Can I stop recording?
No, we gotta say our thing.
What thing?
Oh. Okay, we'll say it together. Ready?
3,
2, 1. They are not the future Charles. No, they are not the future Charles.
Charles.
We are. Ready?
No.
Wait. We are the future Charles.
Not them.
Them. Okay.
They no longer matter.
Okay, ready, Charles?
3, 2, 1.
We are the future Charles, not them. They no longer matter.